To get up, I'm Mina Kimes filling in for Mike Greenberg alongside Louis Riddick, Bobby Carpenter, Seth Greenberg, Richard Jefferson. We got a packed show this morning. Laura Rutledge, Marcus Spears, and Joey Galloway will have plenty from the Peach Bowl in Atlanta. But we get started this week with Week 17 in the NFL. They may have the AFC East locked up, but so much remains on the line for the Patriots as they need a victory over the Dolphins this Sunday to secure a first-round bye. The Patriots beat the Dolphins 43-0 earlier this season. They're not the only team vying for that last first-round bye in the AFC. According to FPI, the Chiefs only have a 3% chance of getting the second seed, but they can get it with a win over the Chargers and a Patriots loss. All right, Bobby, difficult matchup for the New England Patriots this weekend. But how important is it for them to get that 2 seed?
Well, it's going to be critically important. If you look at what they've been able to do historically in the playoffs, at home, 20-3, on the road, 4-4. So if they're able to have the road go through Foxborough, it's going to make it a lot easier for them. They want to try to pound the football. They want to try to play good defense. These are all things that you can do much better at home than on the road. Tom Brady, I'm not worried about. But when they're able to get that running game going, it takes heat off of their wide receivers. They know what they are at this point. They're not trying to fake it. They're not trying to change it. And last week versus the Bills, they were able to get the running game going and get it going in the big way, over 140 yards on the ground. It's the first time we've seen them look like the team they were a little bit at the end of last season.
Yeah, look, I'm not a math major, but it's a lot easier to win 2 games than 3, right? So, and when you have a quarterback who's 42 years old, who quite honestly you want to have him be as fresh as possible, just really have to really dial up his best performances 2 times instead of 3 times, obviously you want the bye. Obviously you want a home game. And you know this, when you go up to Foxborough, you know what it's like up there when they start blowing that horn and all of a sudden it starts raining and the fog moves in. It's a very, very, very difficult place to play, so you want to be fresh to play there. And hopefully maybe if things break the way that they need them to, maybe they can play the AFC Championship game there too as well. So look, stay at home, watch everyone else play on Wild Card Weekend.
When you say break the way you need them to, are you talking about like headsets going out?
Oh, boy. Here we go. There we go.
Don't do that.
Things happen. Things happen.
This stuff happens sometimes.
Obviously, it helps them to be at home. I think all of their Super Bowl appearances have come from getting that bye. But what else do you need to see from them, right? Because I think in that Bills game, we finally saw some things in offense. Bobby alluded to the run game. Brady was better against the blitz. He's been awful all year. What else do you need to see from this Patriots offense?
Yeah, I think for sure, I'll just reiterate this. They need to really capture, the line of scrimmage in the middle of the football field with the run game. You saw Rex Burkhead's touchdown run in the game against Buffalo. That right there really typifies who the Patriots want to be at this time of year. They want to control the middle of the field in the passing game too as well. So the tight end production has to continue to be something that jumps out at you on the screen. If they can control the middle of the field in the run game and the passing game, then you know they're starting to get back to Patriots football. And then defensively, you know they always have been one of the most multiple dominant teams at this time of year. They have pass rush. They have multiple position players that they can throw at you in multiple different ways. And they have one of the best secondaries in the NFL. So that's what you want to see them really do the kind of things that they've always done. Control the line of scrimmage, and then just absolutely just wreck you on defense with all the multiple looks they can throw at you.
And to throw in there, we talked about offense, we talked about defense, and probably the most unsung part of any Bill Belichick team is the special teams, their ability to gain an advantage there in field position, potentially getting a blocked punt, returning a kickoff or punt. Those are always Patriot things that they do that allows them to find a way to win a close game.
All right, let's run the hurry up. Louis. The final AFC wild card will be the Titans or the Steelers?
Yeah, I think it'll be the Titans. And why? Because I really do believe in guys like this that you see on your screen right now, and Derrick Henry, and a guy like Ryan Tannehill and A.J. Brown. These guys have really been lighting it up. Look, Ryan Tannehill has been one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, let's just say, over the past 5 to 6 weeks in terms of his completion percentage above expectation. And Derrick Henry, I can just tell you this as a former defensive back. If I saw that big joker coming at me, you definitely are wondering about making business decisions. I think this is a football team that is on the right track. I think they will get that final wild card spot.
All right, Bobby, don't break my heart. The NFC West winner will be the 49ers or my Seattle Seahawks?
Oh, I know you're a Seahawks fan, but watching Nick Bosa rush the passer right there, it's going to be hard to go against the 49ers. They have a really good defensive line. They need to get healthy. But you look at the run game, Kyle Shanahan is not given enough credit with what he's able to do in creative ways to run the football, change the game, and make it easier for his quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo. And when they have a lead, let those guys go rush and let them meet up front.
All right. Well, their postseason fate is now in their hands. After beating the Cowboys 17-9, a matchup with the Giants is all that stands in the way of an NFC East championship. A win over the Redskins or a Cowboys loss to the Redskins would lock up a playoff berth for the Eagles. Our FPI has the Eagles at nearly 75% to win the NFC East come Sunday. However, the Cowboys are not out of it just yet. A win versus the Redskins and an Eagles loss would give the Cowboys the division title and a home playoff game. Can you believe that? For more on the Eagles, let's welcome in Sal Paolantonio. Sal, what is the latest on the status of tight end Zach Ertz?
Good morning, Mina Kimes. Happy holidays to you and all the Get Up crew back there in New York. I'm at NFL Films, and we're getting ready to tape the matchup show for this weekend, and it's pretty clear behind the scenes what's going on with the Eagles. Right now, they are game planning and preparing as if Pro Bowl tight end Zach Ertz will not play against the Giants on Sunday. They're holding out hope, but they're making every contingency plan for him not to play. That's why you go out and you re-sign a veteran like Richard Rodgers to play tight end. And how important has been Zach Ertz to this team? 86% of the offensive snaps he's played this year. Other than Carson Wentz, that's the most of any offensive skill player for the Philadelphia Eagles this season. As Pro Bowl center Jason Kelce told me in the locker room yesterday, Zach Ertz will be very, very difficult to replace on this football team. It's amazing. This may be Doug Peterson's best coaching job. You lose your right tackle, starting right tackle, all three wide receivers, your starting running back, maybe now your starting tight end, who's the Pro Bowl tight end, and you have a chance to play for the division title. Why? Because they have simplified the offense, gone up-tempo with guys like Greg Ward and Boston Scott, defined reads for Carson Wentz. The ball is coming out quickly. As a result, he's been more decisive with the football, not turning it over. And Mina, when the Eagles, and don't turn the football over for Carson Wentz in his career, they are 17-3 when he doesn't turn the football over. That's why they have a lot of confidence. If he doesn't turn the football over, despite losing all those components on offense, and by the way, Mina Kimes, I'm with the Seahawks on Sunday, okay? I'm with you.
Thank you. I'm not sure I am, but thank you. Well, let's talk about Carson Wentz, because he has had a very hot December. Will that be enough, Bobby?
Well, he's got to continue to play the way that he played last week. He was really good. He was efficient, and he made plays. He was the reason, or a major reason, why they won. If you look at their three big offensive weapons, it was really Ertz, it was Goddard, it was Miles Sanders, and then the guy right there, the trigger man that was able to get it done and make plays. And the biggest thing was, it wasn't just the plays that he made that were spectacular. It was the fact that he made the routine plays. So often, heading into December, we watched him airmail a little flare pass or a quick slant, and he just didn't look as poised in the pocket. He was phenomenal. He got his guys involved. The big three, none of them being wide receivers. Without Ertz now, a lot's going to fall on Goddard and especially Miles Sanders, really the unsung hero of that offense.
Yeah, really, you know what, I'll tell you this. Sal Powell really alluded to this, and I think it's something that you cannot overstate, and that's the coaching job that Doug Peterson is doing right now, because not only is he really getting a bunch of young guys here to really buy into and really fall in line behind his quarterback, Carson Wentz, what he's also having to do is he's having to marry play calls up between the run and the pass game. So really there's a little bit still of an element of deception that's going on, and teams aren't able to dial in on everything that they're doing. So really he has no margin for error here. These young guys right now are really starting to galvanize and really starting to come together as a football team. And quite honestly, I think they kind of are setting themselves up even better for 2020 and going forward because of the experience these guys are getting. And they fully expect to win this football game despite the fact that they're undermanned, despite the fact that the Giants can get real hot here. And there's no question guys like Dallas Goedert, Boston Scott, Miles Sanders, these guys are going to have to make big plays. And on the defensive side, a guy like Fletcher Cox, Malcolm Jenkins, they're going to have to continue to be the leaders that they've been. And I expect them to be that, although many people for weeks now have counted them out. It's the characters of this football team and the coaching that is really carrying the day.
I'm glad we're giving some credit to Peterson and Mike Groh, much maligned over the course of the season for what they've done with a 5'6" running back who's like my size and a wide receiver from the AAF and Greg Ward Jr. who deserves a lot of respect. But what he's been able to do with them through scheme is so key in this game because the Giants' run defense is actually not bad.
No.
Their pass defense is horrific.
Yeah.
And will that be enough? Do you think that Doug Peterson can work something enough with Carson Wentz and those receivers to beat that unit?
It's not going to be the receivers. Those guys are going to be out there and they'll be doing things. It's how creative he can be in the play action game. And you saw Miles Sanders last week. He had, I think, 70 catches for around 77 yards. It's him and Goddard. They're going to have to be the two guys, and it'll be up to Doug Peterson to kind of move the chess pieces around to get the matchups that he needs. And that's where coaching, people talk about how it can be overrated. In situations like this, it's going to be all on the head coach and coordinator to make sure they're getting their guys the ball in the right situations.
Yeah, look, the offensive line will win this game for the Philadelphia Eagles some way, shape, or form, whether it be in the run game or as far as pass protection is concerned. And here's another thing you have to remember about this team as far as what Doug is having to deal with here. You tell me how they can threaten the outside lane on the football field, down the field, outside the number. They can't. Everything that is working for them is working between the numbers, 15 to 20 yards. It's all screens, dig routes, halfback wide routes. It really is a situation where he has no margin for error, which, quite honestly, you have to give him his respect, although people seem reluctant to do so.
All right, for more on this game, we welcome in Laura Rutledge and the crew from Atlanta. Laura, take it away.
What's up, Mina? We'll be with you guys all morning long. And yes, we are in Atlanta. This is the site of the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl between LSU and Oklahoma. But we got Joey Galloway and Marcus Spears here. We're going to actually start with a little NFC East talk. And what's up, guys? First of all, good morning.
What's
Hello.
up, ATL? Shawty? What's up?
Shawty, let's
Do I need
go.
to take the tie off?
You're
apparently I'm the only one.
Yeah.
Listen, I was going to wear a tie, but I left it at home, and you should take yours off.
I think I should.
Later on in the show, Joey will take his tie off. But let's start with the NFC East. And look, somebody's got to win it, okay? We're in a where the Eagles obviously are coming off a huge win against the Cowboys. But, Marcus, do you think the Giants can kind of catch him slipping at all, as the guys were just talking about there?
It would make all the sense in the world if two of the worst teams in the NFL beat the two teams that suck in the NFC East. Like, you think about last week, the Philly was able to garner a lot of juice, momentum. Carson Wentz played well. They shed Dallas. Dallas didn't score a touchdown. Like against Philly, who is decimated by injury, by the way. So when you look at this, it would not shock me one bit for the Giants to beat the Eagles and for Dallas to lose to the damn Redskins. It wouldn't shock me one bit. That is where we're living in the NFC East. So I don't know what to say, Laura. I mean, a part of this is personal because I'm pissed off that Dallas can't win a damn game. And then the other part is the fact that you got a 4-11 team, a 3-12 team that probably is going to knock the NFC East out of contention this week and put Dallas in the playoffs. And then Dallas will make a damn run to the Super Bowl or something. Just stupid. Go ahead, Joe. I'm sorry.
He just wanted to let it linger a little bit there.
I'm going to go on the positive side.
Okay.
I do not believe the Eagles slip up. I think that when you get into games, that's last game of the year, you're not going nowhere. You're the Giants. You want to stay healthy. The last thing you want to do is go into the offseason with an injury. They want to stay healthy right now. The Eagles have something to play for.
Listen, I don't think anyone told Danny Dimes that, though. I mean, last week he was going off, 5 touchdowns. This guy is actually seemingly getting to a really good spot. And, Joey, Saquon Barkley's healthy. To your point, he probably doesn't want to not be healthy.
You play, but you start to make different decisions.
Yeah. We'll see what happens there.
Danny Dimes carved up the Redskins.
Okay.
Now watch that go out there and throw damn 2 picks.
We'll see what happens in that game. Yeah, Marcus is salty on that. Okay, plenty more to come.